Modular construction is increasing popularly, where a building is constructed as just now Mr. Chaturvedi was mentioning that off-site construction is done, and there is a construction company, Broad Sustainable Building, recently completed 57 stories in 19 working days. Vivek will vouch for this. These new emerging building materials should be replaced with old ones to improve and help recycling of the materials. This is what Vivek is also talking about, RCC, that how recycling is very important for us. Friends, if these materials are used in construction, we can save time, money, as well as energy. So more new innovative materials should be created and make construction of the building simpler and with more strength. Our Honorable Prime Minister is doing the rounds. I listened to him even on Sunday of Silicon Valley, and his expansive and passionate vision of digital India, and we need to capitalize this to the maximum. You know, as you are aware that Google has committed to help India to set up free Wi-Fi at 500 railway stations, Microsoft looking at broadband technology at 5 lakh villages. Qualcomm is also looking to invest 150 million for Indian startups. I strongly feel, friends, that many more of these platforms must be created that allows for knowledge sharing, since innovations in process and products are the need of the hour. And for a sector like ours, which is the second largest employment generating sector, it is extremely important that our combined goals are aligned with the interests of the nation globally. Development, and I may add here that timely development in infrastructure is critically important, increasing the livability of a location and a nation as a whole. With these words, I once again thank the team of Accommodation Times for creating such a lovely platform, and also I consider myself fortunate to share the dais with my friends who are one of the best talents in the country. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we want to ask you some more questions. We know that you are very quality conscious, and all your project, all the construction material, you yourself actually examine, you see all the construction material reports, and it has been used. We want to know that you are also constructing, developing a project in Virar. Now, question is that since you are also using some of the construction material which is used in your premium housing segment also, the same material you are using in the affordable housing segment also, how it is possible? What you make, what is your, how the cost component you arrest for this type of affordable housing?
Okay, so affordable is again very notional and okay, it's very relative. Every buyer who comes to us has an aspiration. He wants the best in class. So whether I make Bandra, we make Virar, we make Dadar, we make anywhere. Ultimately, the buyer has certain aspirations, he has certain hopes when he comes to us, and it's our duty as a developer to at least live up to his expectations. Superficially, maybe, it could be that, Sanjay, that you might not use Italian marble in Virar, okay? But the basic tiles, whether it be the pipe fittings, whether it's the wiring, I think these small details which are sustainable have to be taken care of irrespective of the location. So that's what we believe in. Thank you.
That's a wonderful thought, sir. Sutaria, sir, I want to ask you one more question. In fact, when we were talking about Kyoto Protocol, when the carbon credits are being generated during the construction process, and in India, when we talk about carbon credit, So when you know that in Kyoto Protocol, 176 countries have signed Kyoto Protocol, and China and India were the first given the leverages that you may not, follow the carbon credit and all that. Now, suppose a developer who is, using in say Mumbai, Johnson tiles, right? And he's also getting Morbi tiles for even 5 rupees. Now, my question is this, that whether to earn carbon credits, what should be the incentives where the person should use the local material, like say maybe Johnson tile or maybe some Kajaria tile or some other tiles, rather than, asking and purchasing a Morbi tile which is available for 5 rupees. So what should be the incentive, or what exactly should the developer should do to earn those carbon credits? And you are environmentalist yourself, so I believe, sir, you can come here, you can have the podium here.
I think
You can use that, yeah.
Well, I think it's a very difficult question to answer, because I feel the more restrictions or the more compulsions that we put, I mean, there is a thought process which says that we should open up the market and we should give more and more freedom and let the people who are constructing things be given the power to decide what they are doing. And that is the way things are moving. So I would say regulatory constraints on this kind of things may not really help, because as we know, the moment we put restrictions or we say that these are the benefits that you will get for doing, like following this kind of green building norms or, fulfilling carbon credit norms, we all know that we all Indians are very good at, bypassing these loopholes and coming up with some solutions. So, I mean, recently somebody gave a very interesting example in a very different way that, as the same conference where we all of Vivek just mentioned, that there was a compulsion to provide artwork in buildings, in Delhi for getting occupation. So they realized that the artwork was put there, they were supposed to spend 2% of the money, and once the occupation was obtained, the artwork was taken on hire and it would go off. So I would say that this is how our Indian mindset right now is. I am of the opinion that it is pure, this carbon credit and other concepts which are very crucial for the environment, but we Indians also have, very different way of looking at it, what we call our Indian Baniya Buddhi. If you will go back into history, there have been construction and townships which are set up, which are very much eco-friendly, if you look at Jaisalmer and things like that. So they had their own water collection, or water distribution, things like that. In a desert, they could survive. So I would say that I'm personally of the opinion that we should not adopt to the Western norms. It's very fashionable, or it is very impressive when we talk about these things. But in the long run, it is somewhere not working. Even India has come up with green building norms which are, developed in India now, and rather than adopting the LEED standards, because LEEDs are based on the perceptions which are there in Western countries where sunlight is deficient, whilst in India it's exactly the opposite of it. So I would say that, it's the education and the need which will drive India, because we are still a developing economy. We are not a matured economy to, kind of go into this kind of things. And for that, I would feel that it's not going to work in India. So I will not be able to give you answer what you asked for. That